Yo, it's episode 1, season 2. It's your boy Chill.
And it's your boy Will.
And this is the Pull Up Podcast.
With Chill Will.
Yes, sir.
Hey, and you know what time it is. It's season 2. And we got a very, yeah, very, 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 very,
special guest.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all watching the TikTok, y'all know who this is.
They already know who it is.
If y'all on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, this is my brother, my dog, my ace, Chris Mitchell, a.k.a. Chris Mitchell Jazz.
Yes, sir.
Why you say jazz? Like
that's how it sounds. Jazz. You a smooth brother, man. You got to give it Chris Mitchell Jazz. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't like that?
I like it. I actually like that. You can bring me out. You can bring me out on stage.
Come to the stage, ladies and gentlemen.
Way better. Way better than Steve Harvey.
You want me to say Christopher?
You can say Christopher. That's my
Christopher.
With that
Mitchell.
That dramatic. I need it.
That dramatic. Gotta be, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back for season 2 of the Pull Up Podcast, man. If you haven't been watching our podcast, if you don't know what's going on with the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, why are you here for season 2? How did you get here? Well, we're glad. Thanks for being here. Mm-hmm. Man, what we do is we just chop it up, man. We are entertainers, we are producers in the city of Atlanta, based out of Atlanta, and we have amazing friends like Christopher Mitchell.
Absolutely.
And we bring them on our show, and we talk to them about their amazing lives. So, ladies and gentlemen, here on TikTok and on YouTube and everywhere around all corners of the world, this is the Pull Up Podcast. What are we talking about today, y'all?
You know, with the world being not flat, and you say corners.
Who said the world's not flat?
Here
we go. Sans cool. Look, got to spill drinks and everything.
I mean, hey, listen, we're talking about flat Earth. Can somebody give me a paper towel? I'm sorry. Talking about flat Earth, you know, my daughter, look, I don't want to get too deep into it. My daughter, she hit me the other day. She was like, "Daddy, look at this." I said, "What?" She said, "The sun is out at the same time as the moon. That's not supposed to happen." I said, "Flat Earth."
Well, you sound like Did you say it like that? Flat Earth.
She said, "Daddy," she picked something else too. What'd she say? She said, "Daddy, if it's summertime," or excuse me, she said, if the sun is out during the summertime and it's hot, then why is it also out during the wintertime and it's cold? I said, "Flat Earth."
So you don't say jazz just like that. You say flat Earth like that.
I say everything that I want emphasis.
Yeah.
Because, you know, rather than say it loud, you say it low. Because then
with a whisper.
Then everybody wants to know what you're saying.
You look like that too.
Real deep and mysterious.
Deep and mysterious. That's what you think.
Flat Earth,
anyway,
flat Earth.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are excited to be here on the Pull Up Podcast. Christopher Mitchell, man, you play saxophone. You play all the saxophones, actually.
Yeah.
Correct? You play alto,
3 of them, yeah.
Tenor, and
soprano.
You don't play bari sax.
I don't play bari sax.
Why
I've
not?
Seen you with a bari sax.
Why not? Man,
is it that much different from the others?
It is. I mean, when you're dealing with like the baritone sax, you're dealing with bass sax, you're dealing with bass lines now. I let the bass player do his thing. Not for me.
Amen.
Mm-hmm. You know a lot about bass lines. I mean, come on, you're a keyboard player.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
This guy right here.
This guy right here is next level.
Next level, man. Next level. We had a whole conversation about how good he was. I was like, this is what I do. I just talk to my friends about how dope they are.
Yeah.
4 corners, that's right.
Yep.
I've been following y'all boys for years, man. Yeah.
My G.
4 corners. Right.
He's still on there.
I'm kidding. I don't believe in the flat Earth, guys. It's obviously round. Where it's rolling around and we're standing on top of it as it's rolling around at millions of miles an hour. Of course it's a flat Earth. Come on, guys.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, excuse me. Of course it's a sphere.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, we're going to leave the flat Earth thing where it is. How did you get into playing the saxophone? I know, but I want the people to know. How did you get into playing the saxophone?
Well, I mean, I started when I was 12 years old. I taught myself how to play come from a family of musicians. You know that. Me and Will been knowing each other since
college, man.
College. I got
One of
plenty
the
of
first
stories.
Are you from Houston too?
I'm from Houston.
Come
Okay,
on,
okay,
baby. You
yeah,
already
okay.
know what
We
time
gonna
it
get
is.
all
H-Town.
into those stories. Started when I was 12 years old. Taught myself how to play. I was actually boxing though. I was a boxer for about 9.5 years, and that was my sport to play.
Still can't fight. No.
You crazy?
Try me then.
I play jazz for that ass. So then I got a dog. This ain't gonna be a serious podcast.
It's not gonna be
Just
serious.
Shut it off.
Welcome. Welcome.
I'm not gonna even finish. I'm not even gonna finish on one topic.
Even if you say something serious, I'm gonna turn it around.
I already know. So we might as well just dive into how I met Will. How I met you, Will?
I don't even remember.
Oh, I know how I met Will. Let the world know.
How do we? No, I genuinely don't remember this story. How did we meet?
All right. So you know what my dorm was? So at the bottom of the hill.
Jack Shack. Oh no.
Was my dorm. I was in Jack Shack. Bottom of the hill. He was in a dorm called Smith and Kirkley.
Hey.
Now, do you remember watching Temptations movie? Mm-hmm. Do you remember watching like 5 Heartbeats?
For sure.
You remember they used to just stand outside and just be singing and just snapping
Yeah, that's what he was doing.
with his group.
He was doo-wopping, bro? He was doo-wopping?
Will was doo-wopping.
Like, I told y'all I had a boy band.
Yeah.
Y'all thought we was playing?
Will had a boy band and he was standing out in the stoop. Basically doo-wopping.
It was a trash can and we lit it on fire. We had our hands over it in the middle of Texas.
Yeah, he was out there singing with his group. And I was going to class, on my way to class. And then I hear about this talent show. So I jump up in the talent show. They went before me, right? So they singing their heart out on stage. I mean, they going ham. They had these dance moves and everything. It was you, Davis Chris. Shout out to Davis Chris, by the way.
Yep.
And you got the other Chris?
I don't know if, I think Spishu Chris, we call him Spishu Chris.
Yeah.
Spishu Chris Brown,
Spider.
a.k.a. Chris Brown. I don't know if Spider was in the group at that
Kirk?
point. Kirk. So everybody knows New Harmony for being me, Chris, Spider, Kirk, and Chris Brown. Mm-hmm. And then Troy Taylor was like our unofficial.
Not the Chris Brown, but
right, different Chris Brown.
Different Chris Brown.
And our unofficial vocal coach and arranger Troy Taylor. You remember Troy?
I remember Troy Taylor.
Died,
I remember.
man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Troy.
Yeah, that's right.
Shout out to Troy, man. Troy died like right after we left college.
Yep.
Too, man.
Yep.
He was a great singer.
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal.
It was amazing.
Man, shout out to Troy, man. I wish he was around for this. Anyway, but those are the original 5 members, man. And we was definitely out there doo-wopping, calling ourselves pots and pans until we figured out what we wanted.
They had stage booths, bro. Like, so I'm playing for tracks, right? I'm going on after that. I won a talent show, by the way. I didn't want to mention that in the podcast.
No, it's okay.
It's
okay.
I won
He
a
won the
talent
talent
show.
show.
Okay,
We came in second.
They had the dance moves and everything, bro. It was hilarious. Like, and Will was like definitely David Ruffin. Like,
For sure, I was the Beyonce, for sure.
Yeah, he was David.
I can see that.
Yeah, he was definitely David Ruffin.
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
Will would do a spin move and jump out in front because he big, so his wingspan was like this. So when he spin around and do this, he covered everybody else's faces. And
We was just talking. We
stage.
was just talking the other day about him being the big black guy.
Yeah,
I was a big black guy. I was a big black guy. That's why I have to make you laugh because most of y'all are just scared. I don't know what it is.
yeah. I told Will in
Like,
school,
lighten
I
up.
need you to promise me that you'll never do dance moves in videos. It just won't look right. It's like Shaq being an R&B singer and just doing spin moves. And
Shaq was getting it though.
Shaq can do it because but we know he's being goofy. But for you to be an R&B singer and be so tall and be reaching out like this to the camera.
Man,
and
I got
these
long
R&B
lines,
moves.
man. It looks beautiful. Don't y'all love that? Look. Check out the long arm.
Y'all see it? Look at it. Look at it, TikTok.
I wish I could zoom in right now. I'd be like, come to me. Hey, we did come in second in that talent show. But I mean, how do you, we couldn't beat the guy who could sit up there and play a note. Like, Chris used to, let me tell y'all what Chris used to do. Chris used to get in here in these talent shows. I remember when he learned how to do it too. He came and he was like, hey, bro, I got a thing that's going to change the game. We was in the music room. I was in the music room playing piano. He pulled up because we are always in the music room.
Always in the music room, yeah.
And he pulled up. He came. He was like, Will, hey, I figured out something going to change the game. I said, what? He said, circular breathing. I said, what the hell is that? He was like, watch. And then the next time I heard him play, he was playing notes for 20 minutes, like playing a note. Like, I kid you not, he'll play a song and then solo and then break the music, solo that joint, and then hold a note and then walk around the whole theater and shake hands and take pictures, and while he hitting the same damn note, I'm like, nigga, who's supposed to win after that? Don't nobody know how to do that. Who's doing that? Well, I didn't even know it was a thing.
You learn dance moves. I learned how to sustain a note.
Hey man, you know what I'm saying? You got to use what works for you. I got long arms.
Yeah.
It's gonna be May. You know what I'm saying? I gotta look at this camera too. They like, hey, look over here. I'm sorry, I forgot. This one I can see what's happening. That one is just an eyeball.
So you started when you were early.
12 years old, man. I would put Kenny G CDs in a CD player and just try to emulate the sounds I was hearing. I didn't even practice that much. I mean, I was 12. I mean, you were outside and play.
You were just drawn to sax?
I was actually playing baritone first.
Okay.
Not the sax, not the baritone sax, but like next to the tuba.
Okay.
Baritone.
Okay.
And I couldn't get no girls there. So so I started playing tuba and couldn't get no girls there. There was this girl playing clarinet, and she was so she's in the woodwind, and I'm in the brass. So I go to the band director and say, hey, I would like to switch instruments. I'm trying to be able to play in 6th grade. So I went to the band director and was like, hey, can I switch instruments? He was like, well, what for? And I was like, oh, I just want to be in a woodwind class. I want to do something different. I had no intention of trying to really switch for another instrument until I walked down the hallway and heard this guy in the practice room, really. Well, actually, it was the storage room where you put the instruments. And he was playing tenor sax. And I was like, man, that sounds good. What is that? He was like, tenor sax. And I was like, is that in the woodwind class? He was like, yeah. So I go home, tell my mother. I was like, I want a saxophone. She was like, why do you want a saxophone? I was like, I love the way it sounds. So then my sister, who was in the military at the time, Air Force, by the way, thanks everyone that's serving in the military. Yeah. I appreciate it. And then she got me the saxophone for my birthday on Christmas. That's how it all started. Yeah.
And you've been through some trials and tribulations, because I know you personally. I'm gonna bring up a specific story, man. We used to work after we graduated college. I went and got a little gig at Jose Bank. I was a haberdasher, dressing grown ass men who didn't know how to dress. Anyway, I was in there, and me and Chris, I think at that time I had got you like a little part-time job there or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I think that night or something like that, or one of those nights, you had went on a date.
No, yeah.
And he went on a date, and if I'm not mistaken, you had all 3 of your saxophones with you.
Yep.
And my man went into the movie theater, came out, the whole car was gone.
Yeah.
Saxophones and everything. And I remember thinking to myself, when that happened, damn, I wish I could help my nigga. I can't do nothing for him in the situation I'm in, but if there's anything I can do, let me know. Man, this grown man was back on it about like a month later. And I've never seen him fall off ever since then. It was crazy to watch.
Yep.
Because that was his moneymaker. He was making money off the sax.
So when we was working at Jose Bank on the lunch breaks, we worked in a city center. So I think out here you got Atlantic Station?
Atlantic Station.
Right. So imagine Atlantic Station, and then you have a men's clothing store, right? And then next to it you have like other restaurants like you already do in the station. Well, on lunch breaks, I would leave and go play at the restaurants. Okay. And they had a restaurant called ADV's. I'm pretty sure you probably got one out here somewhere. And then one day after we were done with working, I go to the movies. I was on this date. I come out and my whole car is gone. I got all my instruments in there. And then I didn't tell the girl because she had Joel. She was like, hey, what are you gonna? I walked into a car like nothing happened. And then I came back and I called my brother and I said, hey, I need you to come pick me up. My car's stolen. And about a month into it, I went to my pastor and I said, hey, I don't have any money. I've been jobless for 2 years. He helped me get a job after 2 years of me being jobless. It was right after the recession. We graduated like pretty much during the recession. Okay. Right, because we graduated spring 09 and the recession was 08, but we were still feeling the effects of recession. Right, for sure. So he gave me the money. He didn't loan. He gave me the money for a saxophone. Went to the pawn shop, bought one for about $150, and I didn't have a job at that point because I had quit right before Paul was gonna fire me. That's why I say almost fired me, because Paul called me in his office, and Paul said, hey, we need to talk about your position here. And I kind of knew what was coming. So I was like, Paul, I was thinking it's time for me to go. So I quit. Because in my mind, I always heard, like, never get fired and have it, like, on your reputation. But, so anywho, I left there and then went to Sugarland. But we'll dive off in Sugarland at some point. But,
and you were playing, I remember at that time you were playing, so, and I'm bringing all this up just because my man, my brother right here, he's an inspiration to me and to you guys, I'm sure. But I remember he used to play outside of, during that time, he used to play outside of a spot called Turquoise, which is a Mediterranean spot in Houston, in Mo City, right?
Sugarland,
that's right. And I remember you telling me, you was like, yo, I'm out here playing at Turquoise. I'm out here playing at Turquoise. And I would see you. And like every time I would see you, it was like you was coming up, you was getting better. And I was like, man, what you doing? He was like, man, I've been playing at Turquoise. I was like, what you mean you've been playing at Turquoise?
I was playing at Turquoise 7 days a week, 8 to 10 hours a day. Yeah, 7 days, 8 to 10 hours a day. So what happened was, what led me to Turquoise, because I couldn't find a job for 2 years. I went out to the sidewalk and I saw this guy playing the guitar. Toga Ganair. Shout out to Toga. He changed my life. Turkish guitarist. He's out there just playing his guitar. Didn't really know English. Everything he said was okay. That was his English. That was like the small amount of English he had. And so I go up to him and say, let me play with you. He's like, okay. So we started playing. We started around like 2 p.m., 3 p.m. And we would play all the way until about 10 o'clock, maybe 11 p.m. And we would do it 7 days a week. And one of these days, I was like, "Hey, Toga, we should take all those song requests that people are asking and put them on a CD." And Toga's playing his guitar. He's like, "Okay." We go to my friend's studio. He had it in his garage, curtains up. I mean, just everybody trying to make it here, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So we go record this out. We took all the songs people requested and put them on a CD. So when you listen to Turquoise, that's why it's like a CD. It reminds you of like Target or Walmart. Like everything's on it. Like it has no direction. It just a bunch of songs are on it. Latin music's on it. R&B is on it. Like big band music is on it. Like Bossa Nova feels are on it. Like it's all type of music that's on it. Just doesn't make sense, right? Which is a good thing though. So we saved up some money and we put it on iTunes. And, in 2011, it was a little difficult to get on iTunes.
Yeah, it wasn't that
first.
It was a little difficult to get on iTunes. So we saved up our money. We put it on iTunes in about 3.5 months after releasing on iTunes. It became one of the highest Latin jazz albums on iTunes.
Whoa.
It's out of nowhere. It wasn't even professionally mixed and mastered. It was just, but I'll tell you how it happened though. I'll tell you how the numbers ran up. So he'll tell you, I went to school for business, right? General business and marketing. And I was always good at
marketing. We had the same marketing classes. I'm like, nigga, what did you learn in these classes? I was like, nigga.
I was always good at business. Like I was always really good at it. So when we got out to the sidewalk, there were 10 tables in the patio, right? And there were 6 chairs per table in the patio. And so I knew that if I wanted to excel at a career in music, I knew that I need to start collecting data, right? I needed people's phone numbers, emails. I couldn't depend on social media to take me there. Because the thing with social media is...
wasn't really popping like that, too.
Yeah, you can have 1 million followers, but social media, there's limitations to reach those 1 million people. So what I did was I go in the office, the manager's office in Turquoise, I print out a sheet, and it had name, email, and phone number. And I printed out like 10 pages and put a bunch of lines on them. So those 60 people on the patio, what I learned from playing so many hours in the day, those tables start to turn. Meaning basically they'll eat for an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and then a new batch of people come in. And then you have people walking the sidewalk all the time. So I was collecting right over about 400 emails per day, right? And I did that for almost the entire year. I did it for about 9 months. So after the 9 months, I collected just about 500,000 people's information, right? Wow. So yeah, but it was... Yeah, you said wow until I had to get down to Gmail to input them by one.
Right, one by one.
Yeah, because
I remember asking you. I was like, "Yo, how are you? Like, are you?" I was like, "Do you have some sort of mass service?" Because again, at that time, it wasn't really like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't really like a mass CSV upload.
He was like, "Nah, I'm sending them hoes one by one." I was like, "Word."
Gmail was limiting you to like about 80 emails a day type of deal. So I had to open up like different email accounts, and I would send people the information. And
That's crazy.
Yeah, so when we had the Turquoise album, I sent it out to everybody, and everyone started streaming it. So that's why the numbers jacked up like that. And then when it came time to do a concert, well, before I even get to the concert, during that time, on the weekends when I was done with Turquoise, we were out gigging on these open mics all around Houston, like just trying to find places for him to sing at, for me to perform at. Like we were in all type of places.
He was the first person that really was like, yo, Will, you can do this. And not only can you do this, come with me. Let's go do it together. And I was like, okay, let's try it.
Yeah.
We used to do this spot called Midtown Lounge.
Midtown Lounge on Sundays.
On Sunday.
Yeah.
Midtown Lounge started off, like he used to kill it at Midtown Lounge like all the time. But then he brought me into the picture. And I would come in there and they was like, oh, who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? So we do the whole, we tag team. Like we was we was tag teaming.
Yeah.
That joint.
But by the way, we were on tracks. We didn't have a band at the time. So, we needed four corners. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, to have a band play behind us at that time was like a big deal. It was
big deal.
Because at one point we did get they did have a band. I can't remember the name of the band. I remember some of the guys that was in the band. But anyway, at one point they had a house band. And we were like, yo, like, can the house band play with
I know the house band. It was Just Soul.
No, I know, you're right. But I'm talking, Just Soul was a singer.
He was a singer.
I'm thinking about
the actual band that's behind him.
But shout out to Just Soul. I saw he came out to Atlanta. This is like years ago.
It's the guy. I think I met him with you.
You met Just Soul, yeah. And I had that gig. I had a gig. I think I met you. No, excuse me, I didn't meet you. I think you met him at a gig that I had at Sweet Lounge. Yep. So anyway, we used to do this gig at Midtown Lounge like every Sunday. We would come down from college and go to Midtown Lounge and hit this gig, hit it. And the biggest, dopest one that we had was that Memorial Day. Was it Memorial Day?
Memorial Day. Where though? At Midtown?
Midtown Lounge, yeah. That's
pretty big.
It was a Memorial Day gig or something like it. It was a holiday gig.
Yeah.
It was a holiday gig, and we had the whole place
packed. It was packed.
And it was really just me and him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Really just me and him. And he, like I said, he's the first person to put me on that, put me in the mindset of, like I could go and host shows out here. Like I was hosting shows, because, you know what I'm saying? And we would host shows together. Like we would tag team everything together. We would ride out and just go. Like he'd be like, yo, I got a gig tonight. You want to come? I was like, what we doing? He'd be like, I don't know, come sing a song. I was like, bet. You know what I'm saying?
It's still like that today.
And say, you know what I'm saying? It's still very much like that today.
Still like that today. Like, so if you ever see me singing at Will's show or performing at Will's show, we probably didn't even rehearse it. Because I know him like back of my
vice versa.
I just know him. Like I know where he's gonna be singing. I know what key he's gonna be in. I know the runs he's about to do. I know it all. So
vice versa.
Vice versa. Like that's why he was able to do his head like that when I was back there. Because I play with Will at least like 1,000 hours, like type of deal.
For sure. It's been a minute, man. We really been locked
We've been
in
out
for
there
a long time, man. Shout out to, and we still doing it. You know what I'm saying? We still doing it and doing it at a level that's beneficial to us. That's successful for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got crazy following on TikTok and all this other good stuff.
Shout out to all of my family at TikTok. I see Joyce out there with the Interstellar. Thank you so much.
Hey.
Chunks, thank you for moderating everyone that's here. Haley, shout out to Haley Genevieve. See you in New York City. Fashion Week.
Yeah, I told you about Haley today. Shout out to Haley. Hey, I need a stylist too. Holla at me. All right, so let's talk about something else, man. So let's talk about what all the ladies want to know.
What do they want to know?
Talk to us about your.
I get questions like, "Are you single? Are you married?" and stuff like that. Like it's always personal life. So
yeah, man, personal life.
Yeah, it's always personal.
Talk to us about your personal life.
We're not down from that.
About to get that man in trouble.
Yeah. That personal life is personal.
Right.
That's why it's called personal life. But I appreciate y'all asking. Thank you for all your questions. Appreciate
your business though.
But, yeah.
Only reason why I asked because I wanted to know. We were watching some. Maybe no, never mind. We'll ignore that.
I mean, we can jump into it. I'm fine.
You were showing me some stuff earlier.
Yeah, so y'all know on YouTube you have I don't know if we can say his name, but the guy who represents himself as Top G. People know what I'm talking about if they watch YouTube, and it was about relationships, like men and women type of deal, like how men react to double standards that may be set forth by women, or how women may set, or men may set double standards, so to speak, to women. So it was one of those kind of debates.
And one of the things that was said, the reason why I brought that up, because one of the things that was said in one of those posts, and we were talking about it, it was like, hey, the only double standard, and it's not, we're not about to bash women. I love women. Don't get it twisted.
It's not gonna come good. Here we go.
No. I just wanted to, because I was curious. I'm curious to know what everybody's thoughts are, right? Include, because we have a woman in the group. Shout out to Tedra. We ain't even introduced Tedra today.
Hi, I'm here.
And we love Tedra. Tedra is one of my best friends in the whole world. I love Tedra. Anyway, the point that was made was like, yo, all these double standards that women deal with, the only one that's negative is the sexual double standard. But he pointed out that the WNBA was a double standard. And I was like, damn, I never thought about it like that, because he was like, if they were
allowed to compete with the
men, it might not be as favorable for them.
Right.
So anyway, it was just a curiosity. I just wanted to throw that out there because we were talking about it. I just wanted to hear everybody's thoughts. I just wanted to talk about that. Do you feel some kind of way about that? Do you feel like there's hella positive double standards? Because he was talking about the positive double standards. He was talking about the positive double standards, meaning like treat her like a lady, meaning like women get into the clubs for free half the time, you know what I'm saying? Men open doors and all that stuff. It's all chivalry and all that stuff. So do you believe that there are positive double standards?
Yeah, I do.
Can you give us an example, please?
Give us some examples?
Do we have enough time?
Yeah.
You have 20 seconds to do it.
Oh, no.
Or should we come back?
We're
going
gonna
to get some
come back.
examples of double standards when we come back from a break. How about that?
Go.
We'll be back.
So what else do you have? What do you have going on right now?
Right now?
With your music. What are you doing?
So let's let Will turn the volume down.
Sorry guys. Fuck it up.
I just released an album 2 weeks ago. It's called the Saxy Squad. So I named it after the Saxy Squad family here on TikTok. So same thing like I did with Turquoise. I asked them to go and choose some of their favorite songs from the videos I posted, and they did. So booked some studio time, and every time I went to the studio, I went live like this so they can watch it. And then I ended up putting those songs on the album, and it actually came out really good.
Yeah, man.
Yes, and so that's what's going on now. Next week, on the 31st through the 2nd, I'll be shooting videos in Madrid, Spain, and then from the 3rd through the 7th, I'll be in Dubai to shoot some more content, and then the 9th through the 11th, I have to go to New York City for Fashion Week, which kicks off on the 10th, and then on the night of the 11th, I'll be in Phoenix, in Glendale, for a Super Bowl event I need to attend.
Nice.
And then I'll be home on that Monday, and then I got to do a concert here on TikTok, February 14th. So everyone, there's a link in the bio.
TikTok concert.
Yeah, so there's a link in my bio. Tap on the live event link, everybody, and you can register for free to watch the concert.
Yo, that sounds dope.
It's pretty cool.
That's dope. We're gonna come back. We're gonna have a watch party for the
It's pretty cool.
We're gonna do that for sure.
Cool.
For sure. You gonna be out there with the pyro? You gonna be out there with flames?
I might. I don't know.
Shout out to the only saxophonist I know not wearing a suit and got flames behind him. That nigga playing the softest music with the flames. They say poof. Damn.
Pyrotechnics behind smooth jazz.
Nigga, it's lit. For real.
You gotta stand out. You gotta do something different.
Absolutely, man. I love it, man. I like I said, I've always thought that you were an amazing marketer and an even doper saxophonist, an amazing friend, my guy.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. So, all right, what else are we getting into? We were about to talk about something right before. Oh, we were talking about, was it peanut butter or were we talking about women?
Wow, what a like
What? Yeah.
peanut butter or women?
Yeah, you know.
No, the peanut butter came in the middle of the situation. I don't remember what we were talking
Nobody
about.
else caught that. Okay.
Fine.
That's good. Oh yeah, I was asking Tedra. Somebody said ask Chris. I don't know what we're asking Chris.
Oh no, I didn't mean to ask Chris. Like that's what we're doing. Like that's the interview. This is Ask Chris.
Yeah, for sure. If you guys have questions, I saw some of these questions, so boom. Somebody said, where are you from? We already answered that, love.
Houston,
just
Texas,
in case
for
you
those
don't
that didn't
know,
hear me.
H-Town, Texas, you know what I'm saying?
But I'm here in
Barno,
Atlanta.
Texas. But we here in Atlanta. Hey, shout out to Atlanta. Do y'all know who Chris Potter is? Do y'all know who Chris Potter is?
I have no idea who that is.
That's Harry Potter daddy?
This dude is
That's his cousin?
Harry Potter daddy.
That's his uncle? He a muggle or he a wizard? I don't know. Somebody let us know. We trying to figure it out. He was in a band with me in middle school. He has music and played with TLee Dan, late teens.
Nice.
Okay, that's dope.
Okay.
Shout out to Mama Watch Me. Mama Watch Me, are you a musician as well? Before we interview y'all, hold on, we interviewing Chris. I'm sorry, y'all. All right. Are we on Word of the Day? Are we?
Sure.
Sure? No? Or should we?
What do y'all got going on? Let's start with you.
Oh, man. I just got back from a cruise, actually. I did an 8-day cruise, the Capital Jazz Cruise. I had to play with Kirk Whalum, Regina Bell, the Jones Girls, Mike Phillips.
Oh, Mike.
It was really cool.
Shout out to Mike. I know Mike and Kirk.
I'm going to talk to him about coming on the show, too. I think.
Man, yeah, absolutely.
Mike, he still live out here, right?
He's in Portland, I think.
He moved.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Portland.
Kirk's in Houston.
So I just did that
Whalum?
last
he's in
week,
Houston.
and I'm actually headed to Orlando this weekend to start rehearsals with Anita Baker. I'm doing her tour.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the second board player for her. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hard. They were out here playing for legends.
Yeah.
Legendary legends.
What you recording lately?
Man, I have been working on for, I know none of y'all on TikTok know, but for our following over here, you know, we talked about at the very beginning of the year that I was working on my party band, my corporate band, you know what I'm saying? My traveling band, my touring band.
Congratulations. Let me be the first to
Thank
say.
you, brother.
Congrats.
I
Yes,
am
sir.
now officially an owner-operator.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Okay, man.
It's a beautiful thing. It is very busy. You kind of spent the day with me, and you saw I was constantly on the phone. Every 5 seconds, I'm on the phone with somebody.
Yeah.
But it's really cool, man. It really feels good to be, not only to be and you know run my own show, but also to also to see that, you know, even though, you know, I could have seen my path go down, or I could have seen my story go down a different path, but I'm glad that it went this way because it's just so fulfilling to know that, man, I'm able to do what I love to do every single day, and I can also call my own show.
That's very important, man. I'm glad you said doing what you love to do every day, because that's very important. I think a lot of people get lost in the things that they don't want to do just because it pays the bills. I don't care how much money you make in your career. If it's not what you were created to do, you shouldn't be doing it.
So how do you think you find balance in that?
There is no balance. You just have to do what the gift is. You just have to use your gift.
Slime niggas.
Yeah.
It ain't no balance. What you mean?
You either doing what you either using the gift he gave you, or you're not gonna live life to your fullest.
And you know,
I mean in all directions. I mean, because people have different perspective of what the fullest mean, but it's not that many perspectives of it. Meaning basically your happiness, your genuine happiness. You're not gonna find genuine happiness unless you do what you're created to do. Period. Now you can use that gift within what you do. Like if you have a 9-to-5 job, that's fine. Just find a way to implement that gift into that 9-to-5 job. But if you're just not using it, you would never. I don't care how much money you make, how much freedom you get from days off. From I just learned what PTO mean like not too long ago. Yeah. If it doesn't matter how many days off you get, the freedom you get with that. If you're not using your gift, you won't be ultimately happy.
Well, I asked how do you balance it, because for those people that have a talent, but the talent and they haven't cultivated it to the point of creating income through it, but they still have their bills. Let's say perhaps like somebody who's in their mid 30s, 40s, and they have those responsibilities of life, and their love, whatever that thing is that they love, it's not gonna take care of them. How in your own opinion, how does that person find the balance between making a living for themselves to pay their bills, as well as pursuing, that thing that they love.
Faith without substance is what?
It's dead, bro.
Thank you. So I mean, it's clearly, if you got faith and you believe in yourself and you believe you're creative and you're doing what God wants you to do, your bills will get paid. Period.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been a musician since I was 15 years old.
There you go.
Yeah. And you know what? You are one of the few that I know that have really, really been doing it for a long time. Like my boy never had a regular job. Like never had a regular job. Always been. You know. Well, I mean, you had a part-time job, but never
wasn't really working.
I had regular jobs. I don't know. If they just didn't last long.
I worked with him for 2.5 weeks. Then I worked at the car dealership for 1 week.
Yeah. I worked at Taco Bell for 3 days. 3 days.
You're like, this ain't way.
He said, "Can I take your never mind?"
3 days, and I called him on the first day.
That's the real question.
They
Now,
knew you was gone.
now,
They
Chris,
was like,
how do people like me use their gift in Taco Bell?
Right.
That's the real question.
Right.
So you just bring your keyboard in here,
Get out.
you create a jingle for Taco Bell. That's what you do.
I want to, man. You know what? That's it. But I want to answer. I want to answer that question that you asked because I think for me, I think my story is a little different from the both of y'all. I was on some let me work a 9 to 5 for a long time, but I was living a double life. Like I was working a 9 to 5 because I need the stability. I didn't have the faith that y'all had at that time. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I need the stability. And then when I realized that shit really wasn't stable either. It was like, well, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna suck it up and sacrifice this time to get exactly what I want, to get exactly what I feel like is there for me, that God, the gift that God has had for me, the whatever, this corporate band, this situation where like I don't think I would have ever worked at Home Depot and owned Home Depot. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I worked in this environment, in this industry, and now I own a band, and I never would have got there had I not taken it on faith.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, especially dealing with people that you grow up around, especially if you grow up around a Christian environment, a lot of people are, they preach faith, and then you look at their life and they're not acting on their faith. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it's very hard but they're telling you, believe. Oh, you can do it. And then when you tell them what you want to do, they tell you, oh, well, I don't know if you can do that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, what happened to faith? Mm-hmm. But like you said, you have to have unshakable faith, knowing that, like, hey, this is what is for me, and whatever path this takes me down, however long I got to struggle, however long I got to deal with this, I will deal with it. Yeah, y'all both know. Yeah, I done been through the struggle. We all been through the struggle. Yeah, in our own different ways. Yeah. So I just think, like you said, it's faith. It's there is no balance. Mm. There is no balance. Jump out there,
and you got to be okay with where it takes you, and you can't be upset if it doesn't take you where
you think
it should take you. Yeah. But also where you see other people going in their endeavors, because we watch people succeed, and because they're succeeding and we're not, we feel like we're doing something wrong. It's like, nah, they have their journey and you have yours, and everything is not going to go as planned like it does for other people. Right. But either you trust in your process or you don't.
Yeah, someone asked me, I did a podcast a couple of weeks ago, and they asked me, well, what are your goals? I said, I don't even have any goals. Like every day I wake up, there's a new day. I literally just focus on what I'm good at and let God take care of the rest. I used to have these, I still have a dream board, and I write down the things that I want to get done, right? But I don't have this projection like, well, you know what? By the end of this year, I'm going to be here, and then by next year, I'm going to be here. And this age, I don't have that. Mm-hmm. It's literally just trying to manifest what I have as far as what I'm doing with my music career, and just trying to continue to have that to elevate. But other than that, I mean.
And I think your approach is subjective, and I think that's one of the other things that people have to learn is to know what works for you and stop trying to make what works for somebody else work for you. Right. Because everything is not for everybody, but so many things work. There's no one way to do anything in this life, man.
Not at all.
It's just not.
Right. Everybody's path is different, but But like everybody here is saying, it's like, man, just spend your time. You know, I always have conversations with people. It's like, man, if you don't know how to do anything in today's world, you just don't want it. You just don't want to learn. Like, you don't want to. There's no reason why, you know, if you're asking, and so this is to the people that are watching that are asking themselves, well, or maybe looking at us and saying like, yeah, but y'all da, man, we telling you what we went through. We all done struggled. You know what I'm saying? We all done struggled in a lot of different ways. To get to where we are and where we're continuing to go.
One of the biggest fears is uncertainty. So you have people that want to succeed at starting a cupcake company or starting this certain business, but the problem that a lot of them have is the uncertainty of knowing how they're gonna pay their bills or how they're gonna get on with life. And that is a very difficult thing to do when you have children or if you have a spouse or whatnot, especially as a man.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Watch that segue. So, so I'm leading you back to what you're trying to talk about.
My dog.
So, as a man, yeah, you always, you want to have that stability on providing for your family. So I do think that goes back to what we were talking about earlier when we were talking about relationships, how men and women are different, how women think as far as stability and how men think as far as stability. So there are some differences there.
Amen. Somebody says, and let me just Mama Wash Me, shout out to Mama Wash Me. She says, she says sometimes young people really don't. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Hold on. Sometimes young people don't really know and need strong leaders to guide them. They need to have a role model and or mentor. So let me ask y'all, what role? One, did you have a role model or mentor? And two, how big of a role did they play? And maybe you can even tell us how you found them.
I'll let you go.
I didn't necessarily have an obvious role model, I would say, until I didn't realize it until I got older. And that really was my dad. Because my dad talked all the time and he got on my nerves and I didn't want to hear it because I was a kid and I didn't want to hear all the mature stuff. I just wanted to play and have fun. But once I got older, of course, like all of us, I just realized that everything he was saying was 99.9% true. And, those things happened in my life and I was able to, recollect and navigate through life a little bit better because he did give me those things. But like as far as like having a mentor, business mentor or music mentor, or somebody who kind of guided me through the business and all these types of things, I didn't have anybody like that. I've never had anybody like that.
Go ahead.
I
feel like I knew the answer to this question. That's why I asked it. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, my answer, my experience, my mistakes, my F-ups, everything was my mentor. Like all the mistakes I've made taught me so many valuable lessons. Like for example, when I was playing on the sidewalk, I wanted to save money, right? I wanted to be able to invest money, just didn't know how. So there was a guy, which is a real estate partner of mine, Bob Lindsay. Hey, Bob Lindsay. I don't know if he's watching.
Nice.
Bob Lindsay came to, older guy. He came to me. He saw me playing on the sidewalk, and he said, "Chris, you're gonna make a lot of money someday as a musician, but you're not gonna sustain a lifestyle you want to live with just music." And I didn't understand that. He said diversity. So we opened up an LLC for our real estate company, residential, and I started dividing my money into real estate, and then we'll talk about the other businesses later. But I learned through my mistakes of trying to risk money on things that I wasn't educated about. And I'm not talking about the real estate. I'm talking about other things that I wasn't educated about. Listening to other people tell me how to spend money. Trying to do things that I just saw on TV. And it goes back what he's saying. You can't just follow somebody else's path. You got to stay on the one your own. When it rained one day, I was playing outside of Turquoise. It rained. And Toga said, "We're not going to make any money today because no one's out here." I said, "Man, you're right." But guess what? I had already spent a lot of my money. What was I spending it on? Not pretty much, but I was spending it on this girl I was going to visit at the time. I'm not giving her a shout out.
Yeah, no. Leave her where she at.
She gets no shout outs. But anywho, but I wasn't saving any money. So we can dive off into it because usually when we're talking about people with success or people that want to elevate a career, it all comes down to finances. right? For the most part, it comes down to finances. Finances will free up some of your time, okay? But you got to be able to know how to invest. You got to know how to invest your money. And for example, you look at the stock market today, the stock market's down, right? But in theory, it is actually up compared to what it's been in the past year. But there's a lot of people that don't even know about the market. There's a lot of people that don't read Bloomberg, or they don't read Alpha Journal. They don't read a lot of these, about the economy. We're down 1% of babies being born in the U.S., which is a really a threat to the economy, or could be. There's a lot
Or
of
the capitalism. Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
lose worker bees, but yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, when I'm saying my mistakes, I'm saying mistakes as in, well, I didn't educate myself before I got involved in certain things, but now I read a lot. I do me basically, and I do my due diligence before I dive off anything that I'm trying to see in the foreseeable future, so that I have freedom, and that I have taken care of my family, that they have some security, and
Yeah. I concur with you guys. I never really had a mentor or specifically a role model. My grandfather was the closest thing that I had to a role model. He was a really dope human being, but had nothing to do with music or anything like that. Didn't really necessarily teach me. Just his mannerisms taught me a lot. You know what I'm saying? But as far as business and music and all that's concerned, like you said, experience, learning from my friends around me that have done it in a successful way, and trying to be open to hearing what they're saying, and not only open to hearing what they're saying, but also acting on those things. But mainly experience, you know what I'm saying? Like mainly experience, like you said, falling flat on your face, like, getting on stage and singing that song and a booger fly out your nose. And then it's like, okay, well, I'll make sure I blow my nose before I get on this stage.
First of all, I'm going to tell y'all something. Will has the wildest analogies.
I don't know.
His
All the things.
A for real booger flew out my nose one time when I was on stage.
This is a real experience.
Okay.
Was it traumatizing?
I was
It must have
singing
been
praise
for
and
you to bring it
worship.
up.
I was singing praise and worship.
Hey, red hearts in the comments if y'all think Will should go stream live more often on TikTok.
Man.
Red hearts,
man.
everybody.
If you guys pull up on me, I will go live on TikTok. But
Random.
Chunks talking about, oh my God. Yeah. I mean, it happened. A booger flew out my nose while I was on stage.
What'd you do with it?
It flew out. Like, I don't know. I was on stage. I was breathing.
You stepped on it.
I was breathing. I was trying to sing. And the next thing I know, it's like, phew. And I was like, oh, shit. And the pastor looked at me and said,
And you tall too. You probably learned on the third pew.
He said the pastor thought he was in church.
hey.
Sister Hattie Mae, God dang.
Hey, get that, dog. I was like, I don't know. I mean, I've had pants rip on me on stage. But for real, like, and I know it sounds crazy, but I genuinely say all those things have led me to being the dynamic performer that I am today.
Yeah.
Falling flat on my face, being told in church that, hey, like, you ain't bring the oil today. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, like, why I ain't bring the oil?
Yeah.
How do I bring the oil? What does the oil look like? What is that? You know what I'm saying? And then figuring that out and then translating that to other areas in music that I did. So experience. Experience is my biggest teacher.
Yeah.
Biggest teacher, biggest mentor, biggest role model.
Totally agree.
I know some of y'all like that story. Thank y'all, TikTok. Shout out to the hearts.
What a word. What a word. And speaking of word, it's time for Will's Word of the Day.
Ow. Oh. Whoa.
Do we need to take a
Mama,
break?
wash me.
Wow.
Hold on,
We
do
need to take a break because this is going to be such a word.
Oh, sorry. No, I was trying to get to the. Okay. We're going to be right back, y'all.
And now it's time for Will's Word of the Day.
Ba-da-da.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're going to play the key. Now we're going to bring the keys in here. All right. My word of the day, ladies and gentlemen. If you can give me a drum roll, please. Give me a drum roll, TikTok. Put drums in the emojis.
Eggplant for no reason.
Bang! Emolument. Emolument. I'm going to spell that for everybody. EMOLUMENT. Emolument. Would you like for me to tell you the definition?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
A salary, fee, or profit from employment or office. Let's use it in a sentence.
Ooh.
Bitches better have my emolument. You knew where I was going.
You've been waiting to do that all day.
I felt it in my heart. Yeah. Relatable.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you need a new word to use next week,
Emolument.
emolument. E-M. Oh, shoot. Let me see how I spell it again.
Carry a wire.
E-M-O. Carry a wire. E-M-O. Emo. E-M-O-L-U-M-E-N-T. Emolument. A salary or fee. A.K.A. bitches better have my emolument. I love that. I'm gonna start putting that in contracts. I'm gonna be like, hey man, yeah, and then if you could remit your emolument whenever you, they're gonna be
Not
like,
remit.
what? I just want to pay you. I don't know. Excuse me, remit your emolument by this day, please. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You can put that on your, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When you get on TikTok, like, hey everybody, you know, if all my followers send me $1 of emoluments, I can't get back to Houston. Oh my God, guys! I had a layover in Dubai. I got stuck in Dubai. If all my followers send me it, apparently there's this trend going around. Sorry, that's an inside joke. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, Tedra, take us in.
Hey, Mr. Mitchell.
What's
Jazz? What are you singing in the shower these
She
days?
said that like she was
What am
using
I singing in the
bathroom.
showers these days?
Jazz.
That's a great question. Nothing really. I'm not really singing much in the shower. What are you singing?
Chris can sing
Your
though.
music?
You singing my music?
Yeah.
Do it again.
Speaking of shower, I
When's
saw
the last
this.
time you cleaned yourself, that ass?
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of clean, I saw this video of you soaking wet in a white button-up. Explain.
It wasn't button. It was t-shirt. It was
Ooh,
wear
hey.
t-shirt jazz test.
You on the internet soaking wet?
Man,
soaking
I
wet.
saw it. Look, I'll show you the video. I'll show you this.
I don't want to see the video.
Nah,
Yes,
I'm
you
gonna show
do.
you the video.
I mean,
I did it. Look, it's me.
I love you, but not like that.
I'm gonna show you the video anyway. Look, this is the video. I did a video shoot when I was performing in like the rain.
Soaking wet.
if you've seen the video,
My
drop
nigga
an
did the
eggplant
90s.
emoji.
I love it, bro. My nigga did the 90s.
Like that.
Yep.
But that was a TikTok concert. So what separates me on TikTok is that I rent like actual studios and we like take what I do on stage and put it in the studio and then we bring it to life on TikTok. So
Amen.
those videos you see me doing, that was pre-recorded, but there's a version, if you go back to TikTok and open it up, this right here was actually the streaming of it. I was performing like that while it was live, just like this. And when I was doing the pyro show, I was live just like this. And that's what separates me pretty much on TikTok.
Ooh. You know what would be even better?
What's up?
Hear you play live.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that
sure.
would be.
And also, I'm right by a shower if you want to
If
hop
you
in.
want us to take the camera to the shower for you to jump in the shower and play this.
Drop an
podcast
eggplant
is
emoji.
What kind
Drop
of
your
podcast is
eggplant.
this? What is this?
It's a lot. It's a lot going on.
This is the pull up, don't pull out podcast.
Pull up, don't pull out.
Chill all tight. Look at his arms. He's so uncomfortable
I'm perfectly comfortable.
with myself. Just in case you didn't know.
Shout out to our intern Paul.
Hey.
Paul is in the building.
Paul's in the back.
Not related to the boss, of course.
Hey, there you go. Right, yeah. Good one. I like that. You brought that back. Shout out to, definitely not related to him. You don't look like him at all, brother. He looked like the front side.
What you
not the
playing
back
for us?
side.
What you playing for us?
I'm playing warm-up right now. It's just been sitting over there. It's pretty cold. What would you like to hear?
Surprises.
You don't need 45. You don't need 48 for that, right?
No.
Can y'all hear that TikTok? Hold on.
Can't now. I'm all plugged in.
Yep.
Yeah,
There we go.
Watch. See how that sound now.
That sounds great.
Oh, my
Sounds wonderful.
receiver's not on. Was it off? Still?
It's on. Oh, no, it's off.
It's off. So in the back of it, you gotta turn it on. There's a switch in the back. Keep dropping those questions in the comments, everybody. We want to read it.
Like, what song do you want to hear?
I'm still off.
Head up.
Sorry. I can still tell.
You say you still off? Mm-hmm. Got you on?
What's the volume level? Is it 75%?
I'll double check. Over here on
On the mix.
On the mix? Yeah, I think so. Let me check. What's up?
So we were the,
What's up? What's up?
it was off?
What's up?
Oh. Oh, it's a lot of reverb.
It's a lot of reverb, yeah.
Yeah, you can take some of that. Sorry. All right, there we go. Trying to get him a nice clean sound. All right, so back to what you were talking about earlier about what I'm working these days. The Saxy Squad album consists of just 8 cover songs. So they chose one, the Kenny G song Songbird. Then they chose about 4 different Disney songs. They chose Beauty and the Beast. They chose A Whole New World. They chose Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Elton John. They chose It's Alright, the John Baptiste version. Then they chose Kim's cover of I Can't Stop Loving You, which is actually a Spanish song, like a long time. A lot of people don't know that. That's so funny. Natalie Nicole's version of I Wish You Love, and then 1,000 Years, Christina Perri.
I love it.
So here is we can just go down the line. Here is
Do A Whole New World. That's my shit.
Okay.
You don't like Aladdin?
were you
Y'all
like
put
Aladdin
You don't like Aladdin?
were you like Aladdin in a play or something like that when you were younger?
No. I just love Aladdin. It's my favorite Disney movie.
Go ahead and sing the first verse.
What's the key?
Whatever key you want to sing it
I
in.
can show you the world.
Okay.
Take you wonder by wonder. Over, that's not the words? Over, what is it? I can show you the world. Shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? And I can open your eyes.
We've been working on that vibrato. I hear you. I hear you over there.
Never mind.
I hear you over there.
Don't you dare close your eyes, head ass.
That's what
Hey, I was waiting for the now. I'm in a whole new world. Hey,
Shout out to Joyce with another universe. What's up, Joyce?
Shout out to Joyce.
Thank you so much.
Shout out to Joyce. We got hella hearts. You got hella hearts.
Well, we all did. They loved your singing, by the way.
Oh, thanks, guys.
You got another one in you?
Pause.
Yeah.
What?
Loved your singing.
Pause.
Pause?
got
Well,
another
you
one in
know,
you?
depends.
That sounds amazing, bro.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Calming
Amen.
vibes.
Amen.
You gonna hit a 20-minute note?
Oh, I can do that.
You got a timer?
So it's all right. Look.
Anybody got a timer?
I'm going to explain it because the mic is on, so I'm going to explain it. All right, so it's called circular breathing. For a lot of you that don't know, that's me inhaling and exhaling at the same time.
How is that even possible?
So I'll tell you. So I'll tell you a funny story. So we're at Benaway Hall in Seattle, right? I'm just finished my show, so I'm out in the foyer. I'm signing the music and autographs and stuff like that. It's funny when I say autographs because like it's like when you sign autographs or something, or when you sign autographs, it just sounds weird because it's. I don't look at ourselves like as a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, but every time I say something like that, it comes off like I'm sounding douchey.
No, I mean, you were signing autographs. It's a fact, right? You were signing autographs.
Yeah,
right?
but yeah.
Move on with the story. Nobody felt that.
It sounds weird saying it.
You're a star, bro.
Yeah.
Keep moving.
So I'm signing autographs, and this lady walks up to me. She goes, do you ever have to come up for air? And I was like, what are you talking about? And she just sat there and smiled. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna use that one.
Splash.
I'm gonna use that
I'm
one.
gonna use that one. All right, so inhale and exhale at the same time. So I'm breathing in my nose, out my mouth at the same time. So everybody that's tuned in, I'm gonna put my nose against the microphone. I'm gonna breathe in. I'm gonna sustain the note at the same time. Now, right here is just a soprano saxophone, and this is the microphone right at the end of it. And these guys will be my witness that I'm not gonna Milli Vanilli you. Okay, they're sitting right next to me. I'm showing my age. A lot of people don't know who Milli Vanilli is.
Facts.
They don't even know what they did. But
These people probably do.
yeah, we do. He doesn't. So,
He's so confused. He like,
Milli Vanilli.
yeah, we'll just
Is
keep
that ice
going.
cream?
yeah, no, I was gonna say, is that ice? Is that candy?
Ice cream flavor?
Yeah.
Is that mayo?
All right, so here we go. Y'all just try to listen out for it. Comment red hearts if you can hear me taking inhaling.
I don't even understand how that works. I hear it and I see it and I'm like,
That's it.
all right, guys, on the next episode of X-Men, because this nigga's a mutant.
So confused.
They got mutant powers. What the hell?
How long did it take you to learn to do that?
It didn't take me long. I'm gonna tell you how. So Kenny G came to Houston in 2010. He came. I had tried to learn. I kind of learned it in college on YouTube, but I wasn't good at it. Right? I just knew like what they were doing, but I didn't know like how to perfect it. But it wasn't until Kenny came to Houston, and he showed me what. Well, let me just tell the whole story. Then I'll tell you how I got to meet him. So this was right after I left the car dealership, because I was at Jose Bank before the car dealership, before Westside Kia. So after I got quit the car dealership job, Kenny G came to town for a concert, and something in my mind just told me, I know it was God. It told me to take my mouthpiece, my soprano sax mouthpiece, because I just figured, being a musician, you go to a concert or a gig, somebody may let you sit in. You know, you just never know. You stay ready if you go to the, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So even though it was a concert, I'm like, he might just be like, hey, somebody come up here and jam. I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That didn't happen. But anywho, yeah, that did not happen. So after the show, he sells his own brand of saxophones called the G Series, right? And it's marketing genius, by the way. So how he gets you to buy it, and those G Series instruments cost $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. the way he gets you to buy it is you're a kid. You're his father, right? Okay. He wants to buy that. He wants that saxophone. So you go to the room where Kenny is showing everybody the saxophones, right? So Kenny sees you looking at the instrument and goes, "Oh, hey, little fella, you want that instrument?" And he picks it up and you playing with it. And then Kenny takes his mouthpiece and plays it, right? Which sells you because you're like, Kenny G just played my son's instrument. I got to buy it now. You know what I'm saying? Because he just touched it, right? So that's marketing genius, by the way. But anywho, so I pick up the saxophone. I have no money to buy this, by the way. I snuck in the room. The security right outside the room. And I told the security I'm a part of the staff for Kenny. I lied to him, right? Don't lie, people. But yeah, so I did it. So they let me in the doors. So I got my soprano, and he's over there showing a kid how to play sax, right? So I pick up one from the table, and I just start playing it. Then Kenny come on, who? What are you doing? They're like, well, who taught you how to play? And I said, you did. And he goes, what are you talking about? I said, man, I told him the story about me putting this music on the CD player and whatnot. You know what a CD player is? Okay.
Leave him alone.
I'm just trying to keep you. I'm just trying to keep you in.
Trying to keep it right. Trying to keep him in the loop.
I'm just trying to keep you in the loop. So I start playing, and then I asked him, like, look, I ain't got that much time. I know you don't have that much time. Can you just teach me how to circle to breathe? And he just showed me, like, on the spot, and I got it. But I think I got it because I knew I wasn't gonna have this moment again. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, what if Stevie rolled up and was like, this how you do that. And you be like, if I'm gonna get it, it's gonna be right now. Right. You know what I'm saying? Your adrenaline's going, so you like, then he's like, got it, you know, but that's how it worked. And then I like literally perfected it at that moment.
That's dope.
That's how it happened.
That's dope.
Yep.
I didn't know that. I never knew that. I knew that you went back there and met Kenny G and all that, but I didn't know that part of the story.
That's how it happened.
That's super dope.
Yeah.
Man, ladies and gentlemen, it has been amazing. Oh, wait. I'm finna say we're missing a segment.
It's time for
Your word of your preaching? Your phrase?
TLee's teachable moment. I just want to see how long he's gonna hold that face.
TLee's teachable moments. It's very simple, man. Learn to be aware instead of being worried.
I like
that. Okay.
Joyce with the Lion, what's up, girl?
Be aware instead of worried.
There's no resolve in worry, man. You can't find resolution in worrying. But awareness, especially calm awareness, allows us the ability to think through, whatever it is at hand that we're dealing with. So be aware.
Like that.
Don't worry. You can't change it. You got to know it's there, but you don't have to let it control your emotions.
What's your biggest fear, like worry? How did you overcome
what has been my biggest fear?
Yeah.
My biggest fear was divorce. And to be honest with you, I know we at the end of the segment, but that actually, it led to my divorce because I worried about it so much. I feel like I brought it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, we got to dig into that. We're going to dig into that on the next episode of the Pull Up Podcast. But
Stay
for sure.
I might have to fly in and hear that.
For sure. There's so much to that we want to talk about. But ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of the show. It has been an amazing time. This is season 2, episode 1. We went a little longer than we normally do. We normally try to stick to an hour, but we've been having so much fun.
Yeah, man.
With Chris Mitchell Jazz.
Chris Mitchell Jazz.
Maybe he'll play us out. But ladies and gentlemen, we had an amazing time with y'all. Thank y'all, everybody on TikTok. Y'all were amazing. Shout out to Mama Watch Me, Joyce, all the people. I don't know everybody's name. I'm sorry.
Social media handles for those that are not on his TikTok.
Facts.
Tell the people how to follow you.
Everything Chris Mitchell Jazz. You can follow me on Chris Mitchell Jazz, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. TikTok, I'm more active than anything else, but you can follow me, Chris Mitchell Jazz. Music is out everywhere, any streaming platform. Saxy Squad is the latest album. Go check it out.
Hey.
Oh, by the way, Calgary, Alberta, Canada, this year, June 17th, and June 24th is Scottsdale, Arizona. Check it out.
Big facts.
Yes, sir.
Do we have any church announcements? Do you have any church announcements?
I don't.
You don't? My only church announcement is, hey, the Pull Up Podcast is back for season 2. Pull up on us at the Pull Up with CHILLW on Instagram. and as well on Facebook. So pull up on us, man. We might start
Soon
a TikTok.
to be on
Soon to be
TikTok.
on TikTok. We're gonna start a TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be acting funny over here.
By
But
the
I
way-
might. Y'all were cool, so we might jump on here.
Give them your TikTok name so they can follow you now.
My
gonna follow
TikTok
you
is at Yo That's Will. Yo YOTHATSWILL. Yo That's Will on all platforms. That's me. I'm
I don't
on all
even use mine,
platforms.
so I don't even. It's like it's.
Yeah, but you know, you got other
know.
handles.
It's. I believe it's Chill3.
Chill
Yeah.
3.
Yep.
Chill 3 everywhere, right?
Yep.
Chill 3 everywhere. Chill, like relax.
Like, chill,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, like chill, bro. 3, the number 3.
That's
He's
it.
everywhere. At Yo That's Will. At Chill 3. At Christmas Jazz. We at this hoe. Y'all like how I did that? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all. We love
Yes, sir.
y'all.
Your boy Chill.
And it's your boy Will.
This is the Pull Up Podcast.
With Chill Will.
Yes, sir.
And we'll see you anytime you want.
Anytime you feel.
Pull up on Chill Will. Baby.
Hey.
We gonna holla at you.
Pull up.
Yeah, this is.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
He said,